Since the day that my father died, I have done my very best to safeguard the impact and survival of Because I Said I Would. It saddens me deeply to say to you that I no longer possess the skills and ability to sustain our cause. That reason is not one of will. That reason is because 80% of our charity's revenue relies on speaking engagement fees for events. And as you can imagine right now, speaking engagement events are canceling at an understandably alarming rate. Since the coronavirus is seen as a quote-unquote act of God, there are no cancellation fees, and for months we will not receive much, if not all, of that funding. Now, this is not a fly-by-night operation. We do have reserves. We have prudently saved for emergency situations like all organizations should. We do have events, rapidly rescheduling. We have other sources of funding for the nonprofit, but I'm not here to sugarcoat things. There is no amount of planning or preparation that we could have done to prepare us for this unprecedented moment. I'm recording this message as a desperate call for help. I've contributed over $4.6 million to this organization in the last 7 years. I have tried as hard as I could, but now I need to ask for your help to continue its impact around the world. A world that needs this movement more now than ever. Because at a time when we search for hope, when could Because I Said I Would be needed more? And when we call onto the world for a sense of personal responsibility and good citizenship, I mean, isn't that what we have always been about? Because I Said I Would is going to call on its supporters to make promises to help the vulnerable in their communities, to make promises to wash our hands, to practice social distancing, to do all of the things that we need to do, the discipline we need to have to get us through this moment in this new reality that we face. And because of the internationally distributed nature of our movement, of our cause, we have already developed a library of online character education, character development content for schools that have now, in many cases, been canceled, and maybe even for the entirety of the school year. Educators, parents are scrambling to find content, resources, lesson plans for kids who are stuck at home, who still need to be encouraged in a positive way. And we can be a part of that solution, as we always have been. Your donation can help keep our programs funded until speaking engagements, until events make their gradual return to normal. We have set a fundraising goal on Facebook of $100,000. And we just received news that one of our most generous supporters is willing to match dollar for dollar every donation up to $20,000. In an act of solidarity, I will be reducing my annual salary from $57,000 a year to $39,000 a year. I'm ready to sacrifice with you. Because in every person in this movement, I have seen too many promises from our supporters, kids who make the commitment not to kill themselves. I've read the promise cards of inmates in our prison programs, people who are ready to change. I've seen the results of our volunteer projects, kids in our chapters who want to be there for those in need. And maybe most importantly, I've met you, our supporters, who've told me how important a promise is. And I am not ready to give up. And that's why I have to ask you, in this critical moment of our need, can I ask for your support?